Okay. Hello, everyone. Yes. Right. Hello, optimistic. How are you? So, hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well and I hope everything is okay. Welcome to another live stream video where I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic this time, and it's going to be about idioms and proverbs and what are the differences between both terms. So optimistic. Thanks a lot for being here so early today. That is quite interesting. I'm surprised. Um, Thanks a lot for being here. Anyway, I don't know about the others. I don't know also if you can hear me very well or not. Please let me know if you can hear me really well. I'm not quite sure. Check this. And okay, can you hear me? Optimistic. So as I said, I am using two different platforms as always, and I'm trying to get in touch with um, so many learners out there, and this is the best way to do this. So to do it in different platforms. Hello, AB KH. I hope you are doing well. AB, I will just call you AB if you don't mind. I'm okay, mate. I hope you're doing well as well. So I have spoken before about different topics, okay, and those topics were about subconscious mind, thinking in English, learning new vocabulary, which was a very interesting lesson that we did the other day. I still remember it, and it's an amazing one because I have explained in that lesson how to start speaking like a native speaker, how to become fluent, how to become coherent speaking English. So, oh, Abdurrahman, okay. Hello, Abdurrahman. I hope you are doing well. So, So, what we're going to do today is learn a little bit about idioms and proverbs. And the lesson objective, obviously, is to be able to understand the difference between idioms and proverbs. What are idioms? Okay, first of all, and what are proverbs as well? Then, what we're going to do is talk about the difference between them. And stay until the end of the video because I will teach you very interesting idioms that you can use. And I will also teach you the secret of idioms because there is this little secret about idioms that few people know about. Okay, not so many people understand how to use idioms. All right, and today I will clear that confusion and teach you how to use idioms. To be specific, uh, we've got a couple of people watching, so I think we can start. If you want to talk and ask any questions or make any comments, the comment section below is the best place. So you can just write your comment there and I can get back to you anytime. All right. So let's start with the first slide. And the first slide, I've tried to put a little bit of images, okay, where you can take a look at new idioms. All right. And every picture, okay, refers to an idiom. I hope that you actually can I hope that you actually can see what I see and tell me in the comments below if you know any of these idioms, okay, throughout the pictures. I'll stop talking for a minute and I'll wait for you to tell me if you understand any of these pictures, any of the idioms related to these pictures. Very easy. I like the all the pictures, to be honest, very clear. Not to so many people to understand. Raining cats and dogs, the dreamer says. All right, that is correct. Welcome, the dreamer. It is raining cats and dogs. I know which one you are referring to. The little boy with the umbrella, and it's raining cats and dogs. That is correct. The dreamer. Nice. You got that right. You got that right. What else? What else? And of course, I think the dreamer already knows what do we mean by it's raining cats and dogs. Obviously, he knows that. It's raining cats and dogs means that it is raining heavily. So it's a lot of rain outside. I cannot go out or I cannot come out. Do you understand? If a friend of yours asks you and says, would you please play with me outside? And you can say, it's raining cats and dogs. I cannot really come out just because it is raining heavily, right? So you can use this idiom. It's a very interesting idiom. I'm still waiting for the others to tell me what they see from the other pictures. Come on, very easy. I don't know. I've tried my best to choose the easy idioms, right? Tried my best to choose the easy idioms, but I don't know. Get out, get out of high. Not sure. No. Well, uh, horses is there, yeah, optimistic horses is there, but I like how you're trying, right? I like how you tried to put it out there. And it actually says, okay, hold your horses, hold your horses, okay, hold your horses. All right, so that's actually good. You got, I don't know, half of it. I'm not quite sure. Hold your horses means, you know yeah, it means calm down or chill, or do you understand? Hold your horses, mate. What are you talking about? You get me? It's like hold on, calm down, chill. Okay? Hold your animals, Abdurrahman says. No, don't hold your animals. Those are horses, specific kind of animals. So you say hold your horses, which means calm down or chill or wait a minute. Do you get me? Hold your horses, don't rush it. Do you get me? It's a very good idiom. Um, and it's not a very hard one, to be honest. You can learn this one as well. You can just write it down if you want to, or you can, because this video will stay on the channel, so you can get back to it later and take a look at these idioms and so many idioms that I will teach you today. Very interesting idioms that you'll be using every single day. All right. And idioms and proverbs are sentences and phrases that we use every single time, whether we like it or not. Even if you're using your mother tongue language, you will use idioms and proverbs. Okay, it is the truth. We cannot live without using idioms and proverbs. And the reason why, it's because we cannot communicate certain things. Okay, yes, I can tell you it is raining heavily. You understand? But I can never tell you that it is raining in a crazy way. To tell you it is raining in a crazy way, more than heavily, it is raining. You have no idea, right? If I want to make that expression, I have to say it is raining cats and dogs. If I say it is raining cats and dogs, you should directly understand that you cannot go out in that rain. You understand? You need to directly understand and comprehend that it is dangerous to go out now because it is raining cats and dogs, right? So this is why we use idioms, and this is why these expressions are needed in every single day or in our daily life. These expressions are quite interesting and needed. Okay, so make sure you always keep an open mind when you're learning these new expressions. In any language, even in your mother tongue language, you are using these expressions. Okay, you might not know you're using them, but just try to talk to people and try to see when, okay, you're using figurative language. Okay, so no one has written anything else, okay, except for hold your animals, which is okay, no problem. No problem. Let's just talk about the others. You can see a face, okay, a face. a person, all right, here you can see a face of a person, and that person has A's all around his face. Okay, A's all around his face or head or whatever. You know what I mean? So here, this is easily saying and clearly saying, I am all ears. Okay, I am all ears. When someone says, I want to tell you something, bro, this is very interesting. I'm very sad. I have to let something out. Do you understand? Oh, yes, cat got your tongue. Good, Dreamer. You got that one right. Cat got your tongue. The cat got your tongue. That is true. I am all ears means I am listening to you. Okay, I'm listening to you. You've got me. I'm all ears. Just talk to me. That's what it means. So, not scratch your tongue. It is cat got your tongue. The dreamer got it right. The dreamer got it right. Okay, the dreamer got it right. And I'm all ears means I'm listening to you. Go ahead. When someone says, I want to tell you a secret, I want to tell you something, please sit down, you have to say, I'm all ears. Go ahead. I am all ears. Okay, which means I'm listening to you and I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you and I'm listening to you. I am all ears is a very good expression used when you want to listen to someone, when you want to show someone that you're listening to them carefully. Okay, and cat got your tongue is this one right here, where the cat is holding this little boy's tongue. Okay, the cat got your tongue. Yeah, those are ears, mate. Not clear. I'm sorry if it's not clear, but those are ears. Okay, right here. Those are ears. No problem. Here, the cat got your tongue. It is an idiom that we use when we ask someone a question and he doesn't answer. Okay? When someone doesn't answer, when someone says, oh, when someone says, I didn't, yeah, when someone, we ask someone a question, we say, did you do this? And then he doesn't answer you. You say, well, did the cat got your tongue? You get what I mean? There, did the cat get your tongue? Then he has to answer you because you're making a point. Do you understand? Did the cat get your tongue? Or what is going on here? Why are you not speaking to me? Why are you not replying to my sentences? Why are you not replying to my questions? Okay, so that's when we use that idiom when someone is doing something and does not want to answer you. So you tell him, did the cat get your tongue? Okay, or the cat got your tongue? What's going on? So that what happens. And Optimistic also made a remark about the idiom all is, referring to another idiom used in another language, in Arabic, for example, or in French or in Chinese or in Japanese. Yes, you might find these idioms in so many other languages, but not in the same way or in the same words. So this is the tricky part here, right? This is the tricky part here. Idioms are not supposed to be translated, like I have explained in the previous PowerPoint, in the previous live stream. If you remember, I have explained that idioms are not to be translated. You cannot translate "it is raining cats and dogs" to Arabic or to French, because it will be very hard for people to understand. No one can understand it, right? If you translate it to another language, it will be hard for people to understand. And it's the same thing with "I am all ears," or "did the cat get your tongue," or "hold your horses," right? You cannot translate these idioms to different languages or to other languages. Yes, you might find some of the idioms in some of these idioms in different languages. Yes, you might find them, but not specifically word by word, right? That is why do not translate idioms ever. Okay, here below the starter, you can see a man, right? I don't want to say the word, but a man, right? Above the moon. Okay, a man above the moon. So no one mentioned anything about this idiom, and this idiom basically means I am over the moon. Okay, over the moon means someone who is very happy, someone who is very, very happy, over the moon. Okay, I am over the moon, someone who is very happy. Okay, so if someone says anything, yes, you are over the moon. Very good, Abdurrahman, you got that right, mate. Yes, correct. So when someone says, what is going on here, mate? You seem so happy. You say, yes, I'm over the moon today because I have met my favorite teacher. Okay, I have met my favorite teacher, right? Or I'm over the moon today. Why? What is going on, mate? Oh, I have learned this lesson about proverbs and idioms and the difference between both. You understand? So that can be one of the conversations you might have with your friends, right? So you are over the moon. It is doesn't mean that you're literally over the moon. This is the tricky part about idioms. Idioms cannot be translated, which is why they don't mean the exact, they don't, you don't mean the exact words that you're saying. You mean something else. Okay, if you are very happy, that level of happiness cannot be explained, cannot be expressed easily. You have to say, I am over the moon, right? If someone says, how you feeling? You say, I'm very happy. It's okay, you're very happy. You're not over the moon, right? Someone says, how are you? Say, I'm extremely happy. You are not over the moon. You are just extremely happy, right? But once you use this expression and you say, I am over the moon, then you have made it clear that you are more than the word happy can express. You understand? This is why we use these idioms, because they take us to a place where words cannot take us to. Okay? I'm over the moon. Did the cat get your tongue? You understand? I'm all ears. And it's better than saying, I'm listening. Go ahead. You say, I'm all ears, which means no one and nothing is going to disturb me, and I'm all yours and I'm all ears. Go ahead, hit me with whatever you want to say, and I'm going to listen to you. You understand? So these expressions and these idioms are quite important to use, especially when you are a learner of English. Okay, when you are a learner of English. And there is also a remark that I want to point out, that I want to talk about. Yeah, there you go. Abdurrahman says, I am over the moon because Arsenal lost. Okay, well, it's okay, no problem. I don't mind. They can lose anytime they want. And I like that sentence of yours. This is what I like, this is what I like in the comment section. When I say something, you want to give an example, put an example there. When I read it, I can correct it for you. I can tell you that example is correct or it's wrong. Do you understand? So this is a very good opportunity for you to learn, right? That's why we're here. We're here to learn something new. We're here to support one another, learn from each other. So try to write sentences, examples, ask questions, anything you want to. What I wanted to say just a minute ago, I wanted to talk about something, but I just forgot. So let's go to the next slide. What are idioms? Okay, let's give a definition to idioms. Idioms, okay, and to help expand your vocabulary, I wrote here, idioms can be a very good choice. Okay, for those learners of English who are interested in learning your vocabulary, who are interested in learning um, the best way, okay, the best way to express themselves, okay, the best way to express themselves. Idioms can be the proper way to do that. Okay, if you want to impress others and show that you're very good, or you're very good when using the language, this is the right place for you. These idioms are the best choice. Do you understand? Excuse me. So to help expand your vocabulary, idioms can be a very good choice. Remember that. Now, idioms are, I wrote here, idioms are English expressions that can be a little bit illogical and confusing. What do you mean by can be a little bit illogical and confusing? We mean here that idioms can confuse you a little bit. It is raining cats and dogs. I mean, who wouldn't get confused when he hears that sentence, right? It is not raining cats and dogs. It can never rain cats and dogs, right? It can never rain cats and dogs. Only if God's wanted to rain cats and dogs, then yes, it would. But realistic, you understand, realistists or people who believe that raining cats and dogs wouldn't happen, they are, do you understand, they win by a huge number against those people who believe that this would happen every single day. It wouldn't happen. Nothing would rain, or there is no day something is going to rain cats and dogs or whatever. Do you understand? So here, idioms are English expressions that can be a little bit confusing, right? Hold your horses. I'm all ears. Do you get what I mean? I'm over the moon. You're not over the moon. You are here with us. What are you talking about? You're liar. Do you understand what I mean? But you're not lying to people when you say I'm over the moon. You're with them at Earth, but you're just trying to make an expression. You're trying to explain yourself and say I'm over the moon. I'm just very happy, right? If you say it's raining cats and dogs, you're not lying, right? It is not really raining cats and dogs, obviously, but the other person needs to understand that you're trying to make a point and say that it is raining heavily. That is all what it is about. You understand? So that's why it is a little bit confusing. If you are a new learner and you tell someone it is raining cats and dogs, he will not understand you. If someone is learning English just recently, is a beginner, he will not understand what you're trying to say because he doesn't know idioms, is not familiar with idioms. And I wrote here that are a combination, idioms are a combination of words that are not necessarily related to the actual meaning of the sentence or phrase. It is raining cats and dogs means that cats and dogs are falling from the sky, literally. But that's not the exact meaning of the sentence. Here, the sentence means it is raining heavily. Okay, that is why these idioms are a little bit illogical and confusing, as I wrote here. Something else as well. There is also another idiom that you can use, and I told you about this idiom before. You're not my cup of tea, right? You're not my cup of tea. No one is your cup of tea. You understand? No one is your cup of tea if we take the sentence literally, right? No one is your cup of tea, because a cup of tea has nothing to do with people's feelings. However, you're not my cup of tea means I don't like you, right? I don't like you. If you don't like someone, you say he's not my cup of tea. She's not my cup of tea. I don't want to go with her to the trip. I don't want to go with her to Australia. She's not my cup of tea. I don't want to travel with her. What are you talking about? 4 hours in an airplane next to that lady. She's not my cup of tea, right? If you make that statement in front of people who understand English, they will be able to know what you're trying to refer to. But if you make that statement in front of people who do not know English, they are just beginners, they will not know what you're talking about, right? So learning idioms will actually put you in a state where you tell people, I know what I'm saying, right? I am a very good speaker. I can speak English properly, which is why I'm using idioms, because I understand them, right? Idioms are very good expressions that you can use. The question down there says, why would you want to use idiom? I've already answered this question in the previous slides, but I want to answer it one more time. Why idioms? Idioms are needed because sometimes we can't express ourselves using some specific words, like the word happy, extremely happy, it is raining heavily, I'm listening to you. Okay, so we tend to use idioms instead to make the idea clearer. Okay, it is also a good way to show your figurative language skills, as I said before. Now, to make the idea clearer, we say it is raining cats and dogs instead of it's raining heavily. We say she's not my cup of tea instead of saying I don't like her. Do you understand? So these idioms, they take you to another level when it comes to expressing your feelings or expressing yourself. Yes, Abdurrahman says not to be direct. You don't want to be direct, but it's not only that, Abdurrahman. Not really, not to be direct, Abdurrahman. It's also a matter of trying to express yourself, okay, better than using the simple words, right? Better than the Rahman says, and to express yourself in an indirect way. In an indirect way, not really. If I tell you you're not my cup of tea, you are my cup of tea. But if I say you're not my cup of tea, then people who understand English will directly understand it that I don't like you. Do you get what I mean? So it is direct, it is not indirect. Be careful, Abdurrahman. Okay, it is direct, it is not indirect. Okay, but the point here that I showed them that I don't just don't like you, but it's more than that. Yeah, I mean, and because I don't want to say I don't like you, I kind of do more than not liking you. I use the idiom, "You're not my cup of tea." Do you get what I mean? So instead of saying I don't like you, I say you're not my cup of tea, which expresses the fact that I don't like you even deeper, even more. Does it make sense now? If I say it is raining cats and dogs, as I said before, I'm trying to emphasize and I'm trying to say that it's raining heavily, that it's dangerous outside. I cannot go out because it's raining too much. Okay, it's more than these little words and expressions. Okay, so it is a deeper meaning, okay, to everything that we use every single day. That's why idioms are very interesting and very important as well. Now, now for those people who who like to use idioms a lot, you have to understand the difference between idioms and proverbs. Okay, proverbs are totally different than idioms, and today I'll teach you the difference between both. Very easy difference as well, very easy for you to understand. Here, proverbs are sentences or phrases used to express perceived truth based on common sense or experience. Proverbs are used to give advice most of the time. So, what are proverbs? Proverbs, in simple words, are sentences or expressions or phrases that give advice. They are told by our old, do you understand, or the elders in the family or our grandparents. Do you understand? Sometimes our parents tell us these sentences to give us advice. You understand? They tell us these sentences to give us advice. They're not idioms, but they are proverbs. Proverbs actually make sense. Every single word makes sense. I gave examples here, and those examples are: a bird in hand is worth two in a bush. A bird in hand is worth two in a bush. That is a proverb. Do you understand? That is a proverb, and it basically means that having having something, all right, literally having it is better than just looking at it, or, do you understand, having someone else have it. You get me? As simple as that. So I have this cup, all right, in my hand is better than looking at it through the internet. Do you understand? Through looking at two cups, for example, through the internet. Having one cup in my hand is better than looking at two cups through the internet. It doesn't make sense, really. I've already got one, so I don't read the two on the internet, really. So that's what it means. Appreciate what you have, because there are so many things that you don't have. So this proverb speaks about appreciation, basically. And all that glitters is not gold. This is very interesting. This is a very interesting proverb. I like this proverb. Hello, Dororo. Dororo, I hope you're doing well. What is this? It is an adjective for a verb. I don't understand, Abdurrahman, what you said. It is an adjective for a verb. What does that mean? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Try to explain that while I finish this. Are you talking about proverbs? Are you talking about proverbs? So, all that glitters is not gold, okay? All that glitters is not verbs. I don't know. Are you confusing adverbs with proverbs, Abdurrahman? Are you confusing adverbs with proverbs? I think you're confusing adverbs with proverbs. And adverbs are not adjectives for a verb. But you're confusing adverbs with proverbs. Now I get you. You're confusing these two terms, yeah? I think you are. Yeah? You are confusing adverbs with proverbs. Maybe. Yes, you are confusing adverbs with proverbs. Adverbs and adjective are two different terms. Do you understand? We will talk about them later on if you want, but they are totally different than proverbs. Okay, Abdul Rahman. But I like that. I like how you remember like proverbs. Wait a minute, adverbs. Maybe it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's totally different. Might sound the same, but totally different. No problem, mate. Don't worry about it. Actually liked that you've mentioned it. That's amazing. So all that glitters is not gold. Here, it is true. All that glitters is not gold. You understand? It is not an idiom. It is a proverb because every word makes sense. All that glitters is not gold, right? Because it makes sense. The whole sentence makes sense. It is not an idiom. Honesty is the best policy, right? Yes, honesty is the best policy. We don't need to explain this sentence using different words. Do you understand? Honesty is the best policy. It doesn't mean anything but honesty is the best policy, right? All that glitters is not gold doesn't mean anything but all that glitters is not gold, right? It means the same thing. A bird in hand is worth two in a bush. It means the same thing. A bird in hand is worth two in a bush. So it is true. A bird in hand is worth two in a bush. So that's why it is. Proverbs, they mean, do you understand? The whole sentence means the whole sentence. It doesn't mean something else. It's not a figurative language. It is not a metaphor, right? It is not a statement or an expression made for you to understand something else. It is not, right? So all that glitters is not gold is actually a fair, correct statement, and it's accurate as well. Honesty is the best policy, and all of these three proverbs here, it's some kind of an advice, right, to someone. Some kind of an advice. If I tell you honesty is the best policy, you should always be honest. Here, I'm giving you advice, and I'm telling you this proverb as well. Now, this is the difference basically between proverbs and idioms. As you can see here, I've given an example, and through this example, you can totally understand the difference between idioms and proverbs. It is very easy, as I said here. The meaning of idioms, okay, the meaning of, not all, the meaning of idioms are completely different from the actual meaning of the words used. Okay, idioms, their meaning, okay, are different than the words used in the actual idiom. Here, for example, stop beating around the bush. Okay, stop beating around the bush is an idiom. Okay, stop beating around the bush is an idiom. And in the picture, you can see a man or a boy beating around the bush. Okay, the bush is there in front of you. You can see it, and he's beating around the bush. So he's going around the bush and beating around it. Okay, he's beating around the bush. You cannot take it literally. Okay, if you take it literally, it will be wrong, which is why you have to look at the deeper meaning. Okay, the deeper meaning here is stop changing the topic. Okay, stop beating around the bush, stop changing the topic, stop running away from the main idea. Okay, stop running away from the main idea, stop changing the topic, as I said. So this is what stop beating around the bush means. Okay, you can use this idiom. It is a very interesting one. I like it. And also this cannot be a proverb because you cannot just take every single word literally. It is wrong. And as we said, in Proverbs, you can actually take words literally. As in here, for example, Proverbs are familiar, or yes, are familiar sayings that usually give advice. For example, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is literally, do you understand? You can take this literally. All right, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But is it true though? Is it true? We don't know. I'm not here trying to tell you that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I don't know. You have to go to the doctor, right? I'm not sending you mixed messages here and trying to tell you if you're sick, just take an apple and stay at home. No. You're sick, go to the doctor. Do you get what I mean? And by Apple, I don't mean Apple, the PC, the MacBook. No, I mean Apple, the actual apple, the fruit, right? So an apple a day. Do not buy a MacBook every single day and keep the doctor away. That is a bad choice. Rahman says, so how to know if this is a proverb or idiom? I didn't understand. Good, very good question. I love it. I love the question. I love the question. Just let me know by the end of this if you understand or not. Okay. As I said before, an idiom is a sentence or a phrase or an expression that has words, okay, words that do not that mean something different than the actual meaning of the whole sentence. Okay, I give you an example here. Stop beating around the bush. Stop beating around the bush. Okay, which means stop beating around the bush. But we don't take it literally. In idioms, we don't take it literally, right? We look for the deeper meaning, which is stop changing the topic, stop changing the subject. Why are you changing the subject? You understand? This is an idiom. Now, a proverb, on the other hand, is something or a sentence that you take literally. You have to take it literally. Okay? You have to take it literally. Money is not. Money is not the number one concern. Money is not number one concern. Yes, this is a proverb. This is not an idiom. This must be a proverb. I don't know this proverb, but looking at it, it is a proverb because it makes sense. Okay, because it makes sense, because its actual words do make sense, right? Money is not the number one concern. Yes, money shouldn't be your number one concern. You get what I mean? It's an advice because it sounds like an advice. Okay, it sounds like someone who's chasing money, and then you tell him, why are you chasing money every single time? Money shouldn't be your number one concern, right? So you give him this advice, which is a proverb that maybe someone says back in the day. Do you understand? Someone who's very wise and very smart. Do you understand? So I think it's a proverb. Yes, it is a proverb, Abdurrahman. You got that right. And an apple a day keeps the doctor away is actually a proverb as well. Okay, and it's an advice that we keep. We tell our kids, we tell our friends, eat an apple every single day to keep yourself healthy, to keep the doctor away. I don't know, you guys, if you agree with this proverb or not. It might not be true. Do you understand? It might not be true. And also, for some people, if you have so much gold, right? If you have so much gold around you, if your house is made of gold, you won't believe the proverb of all that glitters is not gold. Do you understand? You won't believe that proverb because everything around you is gold. So no, sorry, all that glitters is gold for me. Do you get what I mean? Some people live around gold, mate. They've got a golden PC, a golden mouse, a golden microphone. Do you get what I mean? They've got everything around them is gold. They've got the iPhone is made of gold. Their watch is made of gold. Do you get what I mean? So yes, for them, all that glitters is gold, maybe. Do you get what I mean? So these proverbs do not make sense every single time if we change the situation. It's not like idioms, okay? And I might not believe taking an apple a day is going to keep me away from the doctor. This is a misleading message. I don't believe this message anyway. Do you get what I mean? I don't think it is true. But I don't know, maybe the doctors in the comments can tell us otherwise. I'm not sure. And like idioms, a proverb can be translated literally. Yes, correct. And we can easily get meaning, get its meaning, while an idiom, we need to understand its profound meaning. Yes, sir. So we could easily translate it to another language. That is correct. 100% the dreamer. Very good. Very good. Very good, very good. That is correct. The dreamer, very good explanation. The dreamer says, I will say again, this is very interesting, right? This is very interesting. The dreamer says, unlike idioms, okay, he's talking about proverbs, a proverb can be translated literally, which is true. Which is true. You can translate a proverb literally because its literal meaning makes sense, right? So you can translate it, and an idiom, it needs to be understood. It needs to be understood first, then you have to translate it, or you can translate it. Understand? So this is amazing. I like it. Very good, dreamer. I like your comment down there. It's a very interesting one. Spot on. You got it right. That's amazing. Okay, very good. Thanks a lot for keeping that comment there. For anyone who wants to know the difference between a proverb and an idiom, check the comment there. That comment explains everything. That's amazing. The Dreamer, thanks a lot, mate. This is why I like this, because we kind of learn from one another, and I might have some ideas, but you might have more ideas, right? And we share them. Okay. And Abdurrahman says, yes, the iPhone will keep the doctor away. I'm not quite sure, mate. Maybe a MacBook would. All right, going on to the next slide. What should I know? Okay, what should I know about idioms? This is very important, so be careful and listen to me carefully, right? And now you have to say, we are all ears. Okay, we are all ears. So, the trick when it comes to idioms is that some of them can be used by themselves and others must be used in a sentence. Okay, I will say this again. Some idioms can be used by themselves. Okay, like the phrase stays the phrase, it is used by itself. But most of the idioms and some other idioms, they must be used in a sentence. Be careful. They must be used in a sentence. Okay, they must be used in a sentence. Be careful. Example, break a leg. It can be used by itself. Break a leg can be used by itself. You don't need a whole sentence to use it, which means good luck. If you're going on stage, if you have a football game, if you do understand, and I say break a leg, go ahead, break a leg. Here, I'm telling you good luck. So I can use it by itself. Okay? But if I say give someone the benefit of the doubt, this is a very good idiom. To give someone the benefit of the doubt means that you trust that person. You trust what he says. So you give him the benefit of the doubt. Here, this idiom needs to be used in a sentence. In a sentence, okay? So you say, why are you talking to him that way, Abdurrahman? You should give him a break. I mean, give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Give the guy the benefit of the doubt. So I use it in a sentence in order to make sense. And here I'm telling Abdurrahman, trust what he's saying. All right. Or I tell you, don't worry, mate, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. So I'm using it in a sentence. Okay. But break a leg, it's okay. It doesn't need to be used in a sentence. You can just use the phrase by itself. Okay? Rahman says no. I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I knew it. I don't know why, but it's okay, no problem. So, break a leg here is a very interesting idiom, actually. I'll tell you why. Break a leg is an interesting idiom because imagine that you have a friend who does not speak English properly, was not a very good speaker of English. And that friend is beginner, basically. And he's going to play football, yeah? And you have promised him that you will only talk to him in English. And then you tell him, go ahead, mate, break a leg. And imagine the guy looking at you, what is going on here? Am I allowed to break a leg in this game? Okay. And then he goes and breaks an actual leg. Do you get what I mean? And then you're looking at him, oh my God, what did he do? Oh my God, or what did I do? You get what I mean? And then he goes, you told me to break a leg, man. I did it. Did it for you. You get what I mean? So be careful. Do not use these idioms with people who do not know any English, who are not familiar with English. You understand? They might not understand you, and they might end up breaking an actual leg. Be careful. You understand? Be careful. The Rahman says he took my chocolate. No worries. Maybe you can get another one later on. Don't worry. I know, and I know you don't really like it. You don't really like chocolate, so stop it. Stop it. So you need to learn how to share also, Abdurrahman. You have to share with others. So sharing is caring. The dreamer. The dreamer is laughing at the joke, and yes, it is true. Do not tell someone break a leg. Be careful. That will confuse them. That will confuse them only if you know they understand. All right? some English idioms are really, really are crazy. You understand? So be careful. You understand? Be careful and use them properly. Okay, and use them properly. So, um, moving on to some idioms that I want to teach you. I want to teach you some idioms now. Okay, and some of those idioms are going to be very interesting. I like these idioms because they are easy to use, and we can use them every single time when we meet, when we talk, when we chat to our friends. You understand? The first one is better late than never. Better late than never. You understand? Better late than, oh my god. And check out the second one, hang in there. This is one of the misleading idioms out there, just like break a leg. You understand? Hang in there. There is also another one. Oh my god. Oh my god, there. I'm telling you, English idioms can be a little bit crazy sometimes if you take them literally. Right? You might kill someone. Do you get what I mean? You might kill someone. Let's talk about hang in there for a minute. Let's say you've got a friend who's very upset, right? Who's very sad, very upset. To cheer him up, to make him feel good about himself, you have to tell him, hang in there. You understand? Hang in there, mate. Don't worry. Hang in there. You get what I mean? Hang in there. Don't worry. So you say this idiom to someone who's upset. And guess what? Hang in there. Actually, if you look at the actual meaning, do you understand, of the words hang, hang in there. It means you can kill yourself now if you want to. Do you understand? Which is a wrong message here that you want to tell this person who's upset and sad. You get what I mean? And hang in there means just don't be sad. It's fine. Stay strong. Don't give up. Do you understand? Don't give up. Stay strong. That's what it means, right? And you say it to someone who's about to give up on life, who's about to give up, right? So you tell him, hang in there. You get what I mean? So be careful. Be careful how you use these idioms. Do not use them with people who do not know any English because it will confuse them. They will not understand. All right? And so use them with people who actually know the language. All right, be careful. Okay, and the first one is better late than never. Better late than never means he's here, so he's better late than never. Do you understand what I mean? Thank God that he's here is better than being late. Okay, better late than never is a very good idiom you can use with your friends, with your family members as well. If someone comes late, do you understand what I mean? Or if you go late to a party, if you go late to, you try to meet someone in the mall, you try to meet a friend of yours in the coffee house, whatever, you tell him, and you're late, and he says, you're late, mate, what is going on? You tell him, better late than never. Do you get what I mean? It means I showed up at the end of the day, so it's better than being late. You get me? So you can use that as an idiom, as a statement as well. Hang in there. You say it when someone is trying to give up. So you tell them, do not give up. Hang in there. You understand? Hang in there. Do not give up. And please, if that person does not understand English properly, do not use hang in there as an idiom. Be careful, because he might hang himself and kill himself because of you, right? So please, please use these idioms carefully. All right. Make a long story short is the third idiom I want to teach you today. Make a long story short. Okay. This one must be used in a sentence. Okay. The first one, better late than never, can be used by itself. Hang in there can be used by itself. Make a long story short, it must be used in a sentence. And here, make a long story short, you try to summarize something. All right, you try to summarize something. I'm trying to make a long story short here, in a sense. I'm trying to summarize something. I'm trying to go along with it. I'm trying to finish it quickly. You understand what I mean? So to make a long story short, it's his fault. This is what you tell your mom when your brother steals or your sister steals your chocolate. You say, to make a long story short, mom, she did it. That's it. You understand? To make a short story long. So here you made this in a sentence, all right? In a sentence rather than said it by itself, okay? The fourth one is miss the boat. He missed the boat. Do you understand? It means he's late. He's that's it. He's late now. It's too late. Not late, too late. You missed the boat, mate. Sorry. Cannot help you anymore. You get what I mean? So this must be used in a sentence, all right? So be careful with the idioms that can be used by themselves and the idioms that must be used in a sentence, all right? So miss the boat needs to be used in a sentence. You say, this guy has missed the boat, bro, trust me, which means it's too late. That's it. That's it, it's too late. You know what I mean? So miss the boat is a very good idiom that you can use as well. The next idiom that you want to use, speak of the devil. You understand? I like this idiom and I use it as well when I talk to people. When you're talking to someone about something and then, or about someone else, and then he comes and say, I'm with the dreamer or with optimistic, and we're talking about Abdul Rahman, and then Abdul Rahman shows up, right? Like, speak of the devil. You get what I mean? Speak of the devil. It means Abdul Rahman is the devil. It's not really the devil. I'm telling you, these proverbs can get a little bit crazy. If Abdul Rahman does not understand English, he would say, what do you mean? I am the devil? Come here. Do you understand? And then we start a big fight that we can never stop. Trust me. But because Abdul Rahman understands English, right? Thank God, he will say, oh, really? You were talking about me then? Okay, what was it about? Do you get what I mean? No. We just wanted you to go with us, so we mentioned your name, and then you showed up, so speak of the devil. Do you get what I mean? So be careful how you use these idioms. Do not use them with people who do not know any English, because they might kick you in the face without you knowing it. Do you get what I mean? Let's say you're talking to me or to someone else, and then your bigger sister walks in and you say, speak of the devil. And she goes, really? Me, the devil? You understand? And then the flip-flops comes out the face or whatever. You never know. So don't say, Muhyiddin told us this and I've watched this on a video. Do you understand what I mean? Please keep me out of it. You get what I mean? If you get kicked in the face, you get beaten, it's not my fault. Right? I'm just saying this live so that people understand. I'm not teaching you to understand to call others devils or to tell them to hang in there or to break a leg, right? Use these idioms properly. Very important. The next one is pull yourself together. All right, pull yourself together. Here it means pull yourself together means pull yourself together. I'm trying to put it in a sentence. Okay, I'm trying to, you can use it by itself, by the way. Pull yourself together when someone is breaking down, right? When someone is breaking down, oh my god, man, I don't know what to do. Oh my god, you say pull yourself together. Do you understand? Pull yourself together, right? Stay strong. Okay, stay strong. Pull yourself together, right? Go back to your old self. Pull yourself together. Stop falling apart and, you understand, acting weak, right? When someone is acting weak and is not really, right, being himself, you tell them, pull yourself together, mate, right? So let's say you're talking to someone that lost his cat, for example, lost his cat, and he's like, oh my god, I lost my cat and I'm crying and I don't know what to do, and my cat, I loved my cat. So mate, pull yourself together. It's a cat, go get another one. Do you get what I mean? People are losing, the parents are losing lives, and you lost a cat and you're acting as if, you understand? No, don't do that, mate. Pull yourself together, right? So I'm not saying I hate cats or you shouldn't cry for your cat when it dies. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to give you an example. All right, moving on. On the ball, okay? On the ball. All right, on the ball. When someone is doing a good job, I like this idiom. When someone is doing a good job, you tell them, oh my god, you are on the ball, which means you are doing a great job, a good job. And this must be used in a sentence, so be careful. Okay, when someone is on the ball, it means he's doing a very good job. All right, a very good job. So I say Abdurrahman is on the ball here. He's done it all right and he's done it perfectly. So he has done a very good job, right? Oh my god, these workers, they are on the ball, trust me, which means they have done a very good job. All right, remember this idiom. This is a very interesting idiom as well. Another idiom that you can use is to get bent out of shape. Okay, please do not get me started with this idiom, because this idiom is crazy. Do not use this idiom in England. To get bent out of shape, do not use this idiom in the UK. My advice to all of you: never use this idiom in the UK, because it can be a little bit crazy, right? Can be a little bit crazy. This idiom is an American expression. It's an American idiom. So be careful. Use it in the United States. Do not use it in the UK. I don't want to tell you why. All right. So to get bent out of shape, it means to get upset. Someone is upset. And this must be used in a sentence. Okay. This must be used in a sentence. So try to use it in a sentence instead of using it by itself, because it doesn't work. And do not use it in the UK, as I said before. Get bent out of shape, to get upset. I'll give an example. Oh my God, that guy got bent out of shape, mate. What is wrong with him? You get what I mean? He got bent out of shape. It means he got upset. All right. And don't do this to him, bro. Don't do this to him, Abdurrahman. Do not take his chocolate. He's going to get bent out of shape. He's going to get bent out of shape, right? He's going to get upset. He's going to get bent out of shape, right? So this means he's going to get mad. He's going to get upset, whatever, right? So use this in a sentence instead of using it by itself. This is a very interesting idiom and I like it so much. It's one of my favorite idioms as well, but don't use it in the UK. So, if you have any questions or any idioms you want to share with us, please write them down in the comments. In the other platforms, I've got no comments, and no one well, there are people watching in this platform, but no one is really writing any comments. But here I can see a lot of comments, which is good. And Abdurrahman is one of the craziest learners out here with his comments, and rest in peace. He just wrote that when I talked about hang in there. Wow, very clever. So I think at the end of this video, I want to talk about one important thing, which is the importance of using idioms. Okay, I'll talk about two things: the importance of using idioms, and I'll talk about the importance of using idioms and differentiating between the idioms that are used in a sentence and idioms that are used by themselves. All right. Now, to use idioms, you have to be able to use idioms. You have to be able to understand what they mean first. Okay, you have to be able to understand what they mean. That's number one. If you know what it means, then you can use it properly. Do not use an idiom if you do not know what it means. Okay? Do not use an idiom if you do not know what it means. And do not take the literal meaning of the idiom. Never do that. Never do that. Okay? And do not use idioms with people who do not understand English language or those who are beginners. Do not use idioms with them. All right? For those beginners out there, for those learners out there, yeah, a picture worth thousands words. Wow, I like that. A picture worth 1,000 words. Right. I like it. I like it. It's amazing. I like it. I like it. It's a very nice one. Come on, write more. I like it. I like this one. I like it. I like it so much. So do not use idioms with people who do not know them, or with people who do not learn English frequently, people who do not know what you're talking about, because they might hurt themselves, break a leg. Hang in there. Trust me. You don't want that. And also, when you use idioms, try to differentiate between the idioms that are used in a sentence and idioms that are used by themselves. And I have explained this in this video. Okay, and you need to differentiate between idioms and proverbs as well. Proverbs are just sentences or phrases that give advice. Okay, that give advice and they make sense by themselves. They make sense in a sentence. They make sense anywhere. Even when you translate them, they will make sense, and you can translate them literally, no problem. But idioms, on the other hand, they don't make sense when you take them literally. You have to understand their deeper meaning. And to translate them, you have to translate their meaning, not the actual sentence. All right, so this is the difference between idioms and proverbs, right? So we have reached the end of this video, of this live stream video, and I'm actually very happy that we have had a lot of fun today. We have laughed a lot, which is good, because idioms is a funny topic, to be honest, because because English idioms, I'm telling you, they're crazy. I could have mentioned a lot of crazy idioms here, and we could have just We could have just have a stand-up comedy here, trust me, because these idioms can be extremely funny sometimes when you take them literally, right? So use them smartly and wisely with people who understand what you're talking about, right? Do not use them with people who are just, started to learn English recently, because they might get you wrong, they might hurt you or themselves. Okay, I'm very happy that you've been here with me. Like, get eggs of the on the face, get eggs off on the face. There is also another one about eggs. There are so many idioms about eggs, so many idioms about cats, so many idioms about boats, especially about eggs and cats. Okay, cats in particular. Oh my god, a lot of idioms about cats. So many idioms about what, about boats. I said that. So many idioms about the body parts, about tongues, about eyes. You understand? So many idioms. Uh, yeah, about body parts, about animals, about eggs. Maybe 20 idioms about eggs, which is very interesting as well. But are very interesting idioms, and you cannot understand and learn all the idioms all over the world, because or in one language, I mean, you cannot understand or learn all English idioms, because some idioms are dead, they're not used anymore. I mean, some idioms are already dead, that's it, no one is using them anymore. And um some idioms are still alive because people use them every single day, and people got used to them. You understand? So that's the best part of it. That's why idioms are fun to learn, because you kind of show your figurative skills, that you are good at using metaphors, at using English language. You understand? You're a good speaker. So it is quite interesting. So I really had fun in this lesson. This was very interesting. Thank you so much, Abdurrahman. Easier said than done. Saying goodbye is easier said than done. You can't really go, but you have to. So that's a good one. I love it as well. Thank you so much, Abdurrahman, for being here today. This is your first time being on this live stream. Thanks a lot, mate. And I hope you'll be with us next time. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've heard enough English to understand, and fed your subconscious mind enough English to train your ears. Even if you knew all of this, listening is good. Okay, even if you knew everything that we were talking about, listening is very good. Thank you so much. And Lamin just came, which is very sad. He just came late. We're leaving, you know. Thanks a lot, Abdurrahman. Thank you so much, bro. Abdurrahman says, yes, I definitely did. Thank you so much. The Dreamer, you've been amazing today. You helped a lot. Thank you so much, bro. You got it all right. I don't know, man. Thanks a lot, mate. Optimistic, thank you so much. One more time, again. You've been the first to come, and you've been here. Thanks a lot for those who are watching me on the other platform. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks a lot, Hafsa Al Muthabira. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for watching from the other platform. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching me. Have a wonderful rest of evening, or afternoon, or night, or morning. See you next time in another live video. Peace.